Hi, I'm Karl Hine. I'm Head of Community Housing at Aster Group Housing Association. Housing associations are not-for-profit organisations set up to provide affordable homes and support local communities. So Aster doesn't make a profit for shareholders. We invest the income that we make into delivering on our social purpose. We cover an area really across the whole of the south of England and London now, and we like to think that we're going to continue to expand. So we own and maintain over 36,000 homes across southern England, and we deliver around 1,000 new homes every year on top of that. As part of Aster's development programme, we deliver community land trust schemes, and that's where my role comes in, heading up the programme of CLT projects. So Aster's completed 13 partnership CLT projects. We've got 18 more in the pipeline, and almost all of those have been in rural areas. Also, I used to work as a rural housing enabler. That was my first job after graduating university, and I spent 5 years working for the Community Council of the Somerset as an RHE. Really enjoyed that role. It was a great place to work with great people, and I learned a lot about affordable housing. And it was good for my career because I made a lot of contacts at local authorities and within housing associations and local governments, Homes England. So a really good, beneficial experience that I enjoyed a lot. During my time as an RHE, it was evident that housing associations really valued our work as independent brokers. So beyond the housing needs surveys that we undertook and the site selection exercises that we assisted with, it's really that ongoing, continuous process of liaising with the community and just making things as easy as possible for housing associations in terms of delivering their projects. Obviously, it's key that you have the support of a community for a rural scheme. With community land trust schemes, that's obviously front and centre, with the community partnering with the housing association to deliver the projects, but also for more standard rural exception site developments, it's really important to have the community on board. You have to deliver what the community wants in terms of the number of homes, the tenure, and the location, which isn't always what would be considered the best location in development terms. The best site's often not the best site in development terms, but the site that's considered the best by the community. And that's probably the site that's got the best chance of success through the planning process. It's probably never been particularly easy to deliver affordable housing in rural areas. Certainly, it's become increasingly difficult. I've certainly seen that over my career, that as time's gone on, it's become more challenging. And I think particularly so in recent years with the pandemic and the inflationary build cost increases we've seen, it's become very difficult to deliver really high quality, sustainable homes for very low rent levels for the end user. So that's a real challenge, making sure that the homes don't cost more to build than they're worth effectively is the biggest challenge. And clearly, when you're operating within such tight constraints, the value of the site is key there, and keeping that value down to recognised rural exception site land values. So an enhanced agricultural value essentially is really crucial for the viability of the projects. In terms of when a housing association would usually become involved, it really does vary. Almost always after a housing needs survey has been carried out, sometimes immediately after that. So we've been involved with site selection and working with the community to that end. Somewhere where there's more advisory support, we might come in after the site selection process, perhaps even when a pre-application planning pre-app has been undertaken with planners giving feedback on the merits and constraints of each site, and maybe even where there are basic heads of terms agreed with the landowner. So it does vary. We're currently working with community land trusts across the south of England, including in Somerset, Dorset, Devon, Cornwall, Sussex, Gloucestershire, and elsewhere. So covering quite a range, but working with a lot of different community advisors and rural housing enablers.